Hello everyone. This is Monday, April 25th, 2022 at 12:20 p.m. 9 degrees Celsius, and it's supposed to go to 12, I think, today, which isn't bad. We're used to really cold weather, so this is pretty nice today. No wind down here where I am. And in case you don't know where I am, I'm on the Dartmouth side of the harbor in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Okay? And there's one of the ferries crossing the harbor. But I'm just going to stay on the harbor, this side of the harbor today, because I live over here. And I've been waiting for a package from Amazon forever. And every day it's supposed to be arriving. So I had to stay home all morning waiting for it, and it still didn't come. So here I am again, pushed for time, but I'm going to stay here as long as I feel like it today, and as long as I want to, because it don't take long to get home from here. I'm about a half-hour walk from here, and I live way down on Portland. But I'm in downtown Dartmouth, looking out over the water, and what a calming place it is. Beautiful, beautiful to look at. Beautiful, very, very, very beautiful place. That's looking out towards the ocean right there. And I'll tell you everything we can see from here. Down there where those cranes are, that's the container terminal. And we also have another one up that way, but you can't see the cranes from here. But it's up that way, okay? There's the downtown core, as they say. The downtown core of Halifax, right over there. And the boardwalk is right over there too, but you can't really see much of it from here. I went there on Sunday. I took a ferry ride across and walked the boardwalk. I thought it would be really nice because it looked like it was going to be sunny. By the time I got over there, it was all clouded over and cold. So I did a hurried video of the waterfront because there weren't too many people around, and it was really cold. It was about 1 or 2 degrees, but the wind was blowing quite hard. So I didn't put everything into it I would have liked, but we'll get back there again one day. Okay? So I'm just sitting in a bench. If you want to know what I'm doing, look, I'll show you. There's the bench. There's my backpack. I'll turn this around so you can see me sitting here. And you'll read my hat, and you'll know why I usually have lots of time to spare. It says retired people. So that's what I am, a retired person. So I do have quite a bit of spare time, but every now and then something will come along, like this Amazon package we're waiting for. And it's heavy, so I'm staying home to help the guy carry it into our apartment because it's 90 pounds. And it'd be bulky and hard for one person to carry. So I'm staying home every morning when I could be doing something else, like getting out and making a video or any number of things. I might be just going for coffee, but I got to stay home and wait for that package. And I don't know what they've done with it. I think somebody stole it or they broke it or something. Because every day they keep telling us it's sent out, and it don't arrive. So it's somewhere between Amazon and UPS. The last we know, they took it to UPS warehouse, and I don't know what they did with it. But I'm hoping they find it soon, and we don't have that problem too much longer. Anyway, there's another harbor ferry boat coming back across. Every 15 minutes in the working day. Saturdays are every half hour because things are slowed down a little bit, but they get in the summertime. There's a lot of people waiting to get on those boats. But anyway, that's what they do. It's every half hour in the summer or on Saturday and Sunday. And the work days It's every 15 minutes. So there's the Mcdonald Bridge in the background. I've walked across that in snowstorms, in rain, all kinds of inclement weather. I walked across it in a bright, sunny, calm day. And so you've seen me on that bridge a few times. I have one more trick up my sleeve. I'm not going to tell what it is until I do it. It's going to be on the bridge again, but something else. No, I'm not going to go naked across the bridge. So forget about that one. But no, I got something planned I'm going to do. I have to have the timing just right and the right kind of day. I have the right light for it. But it's all about effect. I've already been on the bridge a lot, but if I can get a new angle to it, I can go back on there again. So that's my idea. Well, right now I'm just having a coffee. See, I got a Tim Hortons coffee here. Tim Hortons. For all you American people, if you don't ever have a Tim Hortons, you don't know what you're missing. This is really good coffee. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. And I go to Starbucks too, but it's different. Starbucks and Tim Hortons, they're not really in competition with each other because they offer different kinds of things. Now, I go to both. I'm one of the rare people. Most people either go to Starbucks or they go to Tim Hortons. They don't get to go to both places, but I do. If I get over in the city tomorrow, I may go there. But today it's Tim Hortons. Let's take a little look around here. This is a little park right here okay, let me get our bearings. The ferry terminal is right over there, but there's trees in the way, so you can't really see it. And there's a big construction job going on here, and you can't really walk over there. So that stuff's off limits. We can't walk out on that pier now because there's work going on. And hopefully when it's done, it'll look really good, but you have to put up with the inconvenience while they're doing their thing. So a while back, I lost my tripod to my gimbal, so I can't set it down. If I could set it down, I'd just set it down here and talk for a little bit, but I can't set it down, so I don't know. I think I laid it down somewhere and walked away and left it because it disappeared. So we make the best of what we got. I know I can get a replacement for it, but right now I don't have one. So I have to hold it, which I love, that little tripod. It screws right in the handle and you can set it down. Anytime you want to talk and set it down, that's really great. But I lost it. Like I do a lot of things, I don't take proper care of them, and then when I want them, they seem to be missing and I have no idea where they went. So that seems to have been a lifelong thing with me. But most things usually turn up again later somewhere, but that didn't. So anyways, let's forget about the bad things. Let's think about the good things and what a beautiful day this is. And this little park right here is beautiful. It's not very big, but it's a nice place because you got a lot of these benches. And you can sit on these benches and look right out over the harbor. And it is very calming on a beautiful day when the sun's shining and the water looks blue from the sky. It is a very calming effect to sit here and look out over the harbor. It really does. So I decided I'd sit here and talk to you folks while I was having my coffee. Is that okay? I know I got some friends that won't mind, like Roger in Vancouver, my friend Mike out in Manitoba, and my friend Dave in, let me see if I can get this right. I think it's on Vancouver Island. It's Nanaimo. Dave in Nanaimo, I think. And there's others. If you're, I know you won't tune me out because you see me sitting there talking. It's one of those days. I wanted to go over to the city today, but I had to stay home, so I to wait for a parcel that never came. So, anyways, I had my little rant about that. There's nothing we can do about that. and I don't have enough time to go over to the city today and get back home, and then I got to make supper because my wife is working and be all ready for her when she gets home. So this is my free time right here. So I came up to the ferry terminal and come into the park here, went to Tim Hortons first and got a coffee. And Dave is my buddy from Nanaimo. I haven't met him yet, but we've been talking a long time on the comments, and he's coming down here to visit in June. So I'm looking forward to that, and hoping to meet up with him. Well, we'll meet at Tim Hortons or Starbucks or someplace. I'm pretty sure he likes going for coffee. So he kind of dropped a few clues, like he's the guy that likes to go to the coffee shop. So we'll probably meet there one day. So I'm really excited about that. So Dave, hi. Hope you're having a great day today. Roger, I hope you're having a good day too. And Mike and all the other ones. I can't think of them all now. And cut me some slack. I'll be 71 on my birthday. So I'm allowed to have a bad memory. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. What do you want to talk about today? Anything important or just we'll just ramble? Well, we got the problems over in Ukraine going on. We can talk about that if you want, but everybody's talking about that. We can talk about the high prices. Every week you go to the store, the higher than the week before. You want to talk about that? We can touch on it briefly here about the high prices in the stores. I watched one item, just milk. Just a few months ago, it was $5.25 or $5.29 or something like that for a jug of milk. It went up like to $5.50 and $6.60, and said now it's $6.30 or 40 cents. I bet you by Christmas it'll be $7 a jug. And that's just milk. It's everything. It's bread, it's eggs, it's canned goods. It's everything. It just goes up week after week. If you write the prices down and check on them, 3 or 4 months from now, you'll be shocked at how much they went up. So, anyway, that's one thing that's always good to talk about. And my wife's hard at work. She's a courier driver, as many of you know. And she bought her own truck here a while back, and she's having a great time with that. And I hope it serves her well and doesn't break down too much. And you know, everything breaks down, right? Everything needs repairs. If you drive it like those courier trucks, you're driving it 10, 11 hours a day. Things do wear out. Your brakes don't last as long, your tires don't last as long, and these are just every normal things. But there's other things that can break, can cost you money too. But she's doing okay. She's making money there, so that's good. Man, I look forward to a couple of months before spring of getting my big income tax check back, and I would have all kinds of things I was going to do, and before I got them all done, I ran out of money. So, but I did get a good income tax. I do every year now, because since I'm retired, I pay into it just like I was working. And then in the spring, I get a good sized check from the government. And that gives me a chance to do some stuff. I bought some tires for our car. 4 tires isn't cheap. So that took a big chunk out of it. And bought a bunch of clothes and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't take long to spend it. And my wife's birthday comes up right after. I usually have my check, and her birthday's about the week later. So her birthday's April 7th, and I got my check, I think, the 29th or 30th of March. So it's just in time to buy her a good birthday gift. It's too late for our anniversary. Our anniversary is in March, and I don't get my rebate in time for that. I wish I did, because that would be really good. But we celebrate it. But this year we didn't have a lot of money on that day, so we didn't do a whole lot. I think we went out for supper to one of the nice restaurants where we like going, and I just gonna pull the name out of my head there, and I give them a little plug because they're really good. They're up in Cole Harbor, the Palladium restaurant in Cole Harbor. I think I mentioned them before. They're really good. The staff in there is excellent, and the food is cooked to perfection, and there's lots of seating. You never have to wait to sit down. Just coming into Cole Harbor on the right, you'll see it's a family restaurant, the Palladium Family Restaurant. Very great, good food, home cooking. Can't say enough about it. So we've been there several times, tried different dishes out. That's our go-to place when we're looking for a nice place that we know what it's like. And I've been focused on the city a long time. Let's just look around a little bit here. And this, see how green the grass is now? Let's see, try to show you some green grass, not the brown stuff. Mostly green. Nice green grass. Look over here in the park. Isn't that nice? And there's leaves starting to come out on the trees too. That's a good sign. So I won't bore you to death too long. I was just sitting here rambling on. I hope you don't mind, because I'm still drinking my coffee, and I didn't want to stub my toe over something and spill it, and I'd wind up in an awful mess. I put on my black jeans today, and I just took them out of the dresser drawer. If I spill coffee all over them, then that's going to be horrible. So, anyways, if I could get my backpack up onto my back while I'm holding this camera, I could probably handle my coffee while I'm walking around. I ran it here long enough. Oh yeah, I gotta tell you, there's a lot of construction jobs going on in Halifax right now. I don't know if you can see the cranes from here. You should be able to. I can count right now in the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's more than that. Some of them are too far up in the north end there. You can't see them good. 7. There's got to be at least 10 over there. That's quite a bit for and that's not all of them, because some of them are over the other side of Citadel Hill. You can't see it, what's over there, unless you're up on the hill. So, no, I haven't got COVID. That's my sinuses. I suffer with bad sinuses, and it drips down my throat and gets me gagging. So, anyways, I'm going to have another drink of my coffee, and I'm going to try to get that backpack on my back. It was easy when I had my tripod, but I lost it. So, we have to make do with what we have, right? No sense complaining. Make do with what you got. Well, I got one arm in. I think I'll make it. Oh, there we go. I'm not that big, so I can usually squirm into stuff pretty easy. Now, if you're talking about trouble, I can get into it a lot easier than I can get out of it. Oh, I don't get into too much trouble these days. My wife got me all calmed down. All right, let's go. There's my coffee. Got my coffee with me now. Let's start walking and see what we can see. Okay, let's go. Walk around this little park first, and then we'll find something to do. All right. Hope you're enjoying my little rant. I'm just being honest today. I'm telling you what life is like for me. I spill stuff on my jeans. I lose things. I forget stuff I'm supposed to do. Don't do it. My wife would tell you that.
Very first one.
And
Oh,
all those things, you know.
They could see themselves living there.
But I'm not complaining. It's not a complaint. It's just say it how it is. Because life is good. I'm not complaining at all. I wouldn't trade a thing. Life is great. Life is good, and I love it. Every single day of life, I love it. There's nothing too bad ever happens. Well, we take a little walk around here. I've been here before, but it's been a while, so maybe a lot of new people haven't seen my videos and wouldn't recognize where I am. That's King's Wharf. That's where I was the other day. I walked over there a few days ago, 2 or 3 videos ago. I was at King's Wharf. It's not done yet. It's only partly done. It's a new area that's building up in there. It's a dead-end street. Look, I see a little bird. I walked right up beside him. He barely moved. I interrupted his meal. He was eating a piece of bread or something there. I almost stepped on him. He didn't even move. But he'll go back over there once there he goes. You want to see him? He's heading back over now. He had a piece of bread in the grass. And I walked by him and just missed stepping on it. And he got out of the way. But now he's gonna venture back over and finish it. There he goes. There, he's gonna go back and eat it now. So this is downtown Dartmouth. It's a beautiful spot in the summer. It can be cold in the winter because the wind blows in off the water. Like this water don't freeze. This is salt water. It don't freeze all winter. And the wind blows in across there in the winter time. And it's cold down here in the winter. But summers are beautiful. Summers are beautiful in Halifax and Dartmouth. Now, if you want to go where it's warm in the summer and hot, go up the valley. Go up around Wolfville, Kentville. It's a different climate up there. You're sheltered from the wind because they're down in a valley, the Annapolis Valley, and they're sheltered from a lot of the wind that we get right here off the ocean. So very warm up there. Nice climate in the Annapolis Valley. From Windsor up to Wolfville, Kentville, and when you get up too far, then you're out of the valley again, and you might get more wind from the ocean. But right there, it's really calm and really warm in the summer. So that's a good area to go to. But I like Halifax. This is where we live, and this is where I plan to stay. And it is what it is. And I like it here. It's a beautiful city. It can be cold from the wind, but the temperatures are mild. The temperatures aren't super cold. Like, I don't think I don't know if we hit minus 20 all winter. I don't think so. It was more like minus 10, and then a wind chill of minus 20. So that's what happened usually in the wintertime here. It's not bitter cold, but you got wind. Winds come out of the north and northwest all winter, and they can be quite brutal. I see a nice looking dog there. I love dogs. I think they're wonderful. I think dogs are absolutely wonderful pets. I can't have one because I live in an apartment and they won't let me have a dog, but I love it. Love dogs. But we got a cat. That's all we can have. Can't have dogs there. going to be noisy over here. Well, we've looked at the park, I think, about all we're going to see today here. So we'll find another place to go. Normally I could walk right through here. Maybe I can. I might be able to. A little bit of noise from machinery going there, but yeah, we can walk up through here. But I wouldn't advise walking on the railroad track. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to stay in here. You might get into trouble if you get caught walking out there on the track. Well, what's your thoughts on the pandemic? You think it's getting better? I know the virus is spreading like crazy, but I think it is getting better. Because there was hundreds of people, thousands of people caught the virus. Everybody we knew had the virus. And my son and I both had it. And now I've had my 3 shots so far and had the virus once. So I'm pretty well protected, but it don't seem to be packing much of a punch now for most people. Some people can get sick with it, just like the flu though. Most people can get sick with the flu and somebody will get pneumonia, and sometimes they'll die because they can't get rid of the pneumonia and they'll die from it. So it's the same idea, but for most people, this virus, you're only sick, you're barely sick, you're just coughing and sore throat and stuff, and you're all over it in a week. And you're back going again. You have to do your little quarantine part, but after that, you're back out going. So it's not a big deal. So I think we're getting there. I think we're, unless something hits us out of the blue, I think we're headed for the right side of it. Yeah, we can get a little careless if we want now, because if you catch it, you catch it, and then you get over it, and life goes on. Especially if you're vaccinated and you're protected from it as much as possible. That's my thoughts on it anyway. I don't even bother with my mask anymore. I talk to people if I run into somebody. And I'm not worried too much about catching it. That's how it is. There's a lot of construction going on. There's fences everywhere here now. You can't go to a lot of areas where I used to go because it's all fenced in. So we'll see if we can get it up here somewhere. Events Plaza, the Great West Life Event Plaza. And this stage right here used to have big acts come here in the summer, but because of the virus they stopped. But I think we'll see them this year. And that's the stage right there. And that's what they're working on. All river landing, theater, market, gallery, and that big stage. That seems to be the focus of the construction, that stage. So I don't know if they're improving it or tearing it down. I don't know. We'll see. I think they're fixing it up probably. Eventually everything does have a lifespan and they tear it down and build something else because it's no longer looks good, it's not used for much. So it could be the case, but they could be fixing it up. I'm not privy to that one, I don't know. Let's go out here and have a little look around. A lot of people drive down here, they sit in their cars, and they look out over the water. But I think I'm gonna sit down here somewhere. Maybe here and finish up my coffee. And then we'll walk somewhere after that, okay? So I'll look back in this way, and there's out there where that glass building is, that's Portland Street. The main street through Dartmouth goes a very long street. I don't think you'd want to walk it. It goes all the way up to Cole Harbour, and it goes up that way to Wise Road. Don't go very far that way, but it goes a long ways the other way. I mean, you can walk it, but it's a long walk from one end to the other. So right there where I'm looking is that part of the city right there is the North End. North End is growing a lot this year. A lot of new stuff going up. A lot of things being torn down and rebuilt. Land is at a premium, so if you're going to build something, you got to tear something down, because there's not too many bare fields laying around for you to build on. You got to tear something down in order to build something bigger. And that's just about the way everywhere. We were in Toronto for quite a few years, and land is really scarce up there. Well, it's pretty calm here. The wind blowing some. There's still the flag is blowing. It's not blowing real hard, but it's blowing, and you can see the wind is coming from the east, I guess. That's an east wind. The best wind is the south wind, because it blows the warm air up from down south. You get really warm here when you get a nice south wind. But that's east wind. And yesterday, it was a north. I think it was a northeast wind yesterday. Yeah, a little different. That's why it's a little warmer today. It was only 2 degrees or something yesterday. It wasn't warm at all. But today is much nicer. So all my viewers and people that's been watching my videos right along, in case I'd ever told you, or some of you might not have seen the video if I mentioned it, I told you back a long time ago that I have cataracts and I was having a hard job seeing. And well, my left eye isn't as bad as my right. My right is the worst one. And I'm going in, listen to this Friday coming, I'm going in to have my right eye done. Then when that one's all healed up, go back in and do the left one. The left one's gonna be easier because it's not as bad. My right one is really thick. So I'm going in for that on Friday. So wish me luck, all goes well, and then don't damage the retina, because that was one thing that said could happen. Well, since my cataract was so thick, said it could become detached from the retina, but it said they could put it back on. But it'd be better if it didn't happen, of course. So hopefully that's the case. That don't happen, but if it does, well, we'll get through it. But the doctor that's doing it has been doing it for a long time, and I trust his skills. People come to Halifax from all over Atlantic Canada to get their eyes worked on here. So I'm living in the right city for that. Well, you get a good look at the bridge now, because I'm getting closer. A Geo Energy Vault. Have I ever looked in there? I'm not sure. Let's take a look and see what's in it. Geo Energy Vault. I'm picturing plant life, but I don't know. Let's see. Things that generate energy, I guess. Down there. Heat exchange. It's a heat exchanging. Oh, I see. The glass, the sun shines in the glass, and it's really warm in there, and it warms up the heat, and then the heat goes through those pipes. It warms up the water, and the hot water goes through those pipes, and they use that energy for things. Pretty cool. There's a little map of where we are. This is the first place in the world to use that technology. Imagine that, eh? Well, there we have it. Okay. This place here is usually full of boats in the summer. A lot of them take them and put them away somewhere in the winter, but the bigger boats, they leave them here because they're too hard to, what would you do with it, right? The small ones, you can put that in your garage, you take it to home. All right, there's a good look over at the bridge. The north end, that's where my wife works. That's her domain. She works the north end. It's the only place she delivers packages is at the north end. And she goes to the waterfront for her last pickup. So she goes down here. Other than that, it's the north end. All right. Let's take a walk. Let me have a look and see how long I've been rambling on here. You know, it's hard for me to see that little sign because it's so small. But it's there, but it's very hard. Whoops. It's very hard to see. I have to have the right background in order to see that sign. I think if I have a white background, it might help. Let me see now. No, that don't help. Well, I see it, but there's a little thing that tells me how many minutes long my video is. But because of my eyes, I have trouble to see it. But hopefully that'll be all cleared up when I get my cataracts all fixed. So they do one eye at a time, and usually a couple months later you go into the other one when you're all better from the first one. So this area right here is called Alderney Landing, and the street out there is called Alderney Road, Street, I'm not sure. It's Alderney anyway, but this whole area is called Alderney Landing, in case you want to know. I want to see a train, but most of the time when I come up here, the train's not coming. One of these days I'll get here at the right time and we'll get to see the train. It goes early in the morning, and I think late at night there's some activity here. So that area right there, they usually have a market in the summer, like a farm market in there and things like that. I expect everything will be open this summer because the pandemic don't seem to be much of a threat anymore. Like there's always going to be some people going to get it, but then they might get real sick. But for most people, they're just going to have a brush with it. And I guess that's the thinking. Just go out there and everybody get it. And then once you get it, you'll be over it. You'll be immune to it. And you probably won't have it again. And then it'll die out. That's the thinking. I had to stop and finish my coffee. Now I gotta find a garbage can. We'll see how good Dartmouth is about putting garbage cans out. How long it's gonna take me to find one. So if I have to carry my coffee cup around for half an hour looking for a garbage can, I hope the city councilors are watching this video and they decide to do something about it, put a few more garbage cans out. But we'll see. Can't say we don't have enough. There could be one just up here. But I'm willing to carry it until I get to one, because I'm not the kind of person that litters. So I'll carry my cup until I find a spot to where it's supposed to go. Look, that's called North Street. There's a North Street across the harbor that goes right at the end of the bridge. When you go across the Mcdonald Bridge into Halifax, you're on North Street. So this one here is just a tiny street, not to be confused with North Street over there. Can you believe we never came to a garbage can yet? I see one. Look at that. See what I see? There's a garbage can hanging right there. And there goes my cup in the garbage can. So, where do you want to go today? We can walk through that park over there. You want to do that? All right. I'll let the bus go by. I won't stop them in the street, and I'm not really doing anything important. When he goes by, I'll push the button in. Alright. We are across the street now. We're going to go up through the park. Because I haven't walked through that park since last fall. That was my last walk through that park. So it wouldn't hurt to take a walk through there today. And maybe we'll just see something we haven't seen before. Could be. It's a big park. I'm sure I haven't covered it all. I'm just going to try to button up my jacket a little bit. It's open and all I got on underneath of it is a t-shirt. And the wind is blowing a little. It might blow more as I go up the hill. This park is all uphill. Okay, this is called the Leighton Dillman Park, Dartmouth Common. Remember we walked on the Halifax Common? Well, this is the Dartmouth Common, which is a grassy area for families. That's basically what a common is. A common area where you can walk. Okay, there's a little map of the park right here. Wow, shortly after the founding of Dartmouth in 1750. You know, 1749 was an important date in Halifax. And so this was a year later. This tract of land was reserved for the customary common land. This land was common pasturage for settlement in the tradition of medieval England. Its boundaries ran along the rear of the new town, presently Park Avenue, along Victoria Road, and Bowland Road, back to the shoreline. So it's styled after the way parks are in England in the common area. So let's explore, because there's a lot of things in this park I don't know about. Oh, look, they've got out here already and planted some stuff. Look at this. Wonderful. I gotta say, the city of Halifax and Dartmouth, they really do take pride in the parks, and they try to make them as beautiful as it can be. I know at Halifax Public Gardens, they change the flowers probably at least 3 times a year. As soon as they start to wilt or run their cycle, they're out there digging them up and planting something else. So let's go up the hill and see what we can find up here. I'm exploring with you because I've been in here, I think once, through this park, but I didn't see everything. I only saw some of it. So we do our best to show what this Dillman Park looks like. Look at these rocks. Well, let's take a set of stairs here. Well, I'll get my exercise today, if nothing else. Okay. I know where that goes. That goes up to Wise Road and all that. We'll go this way. See how far we came up? Quite the little hill there, but it goes higher yet. See, you can go up a lot higher. It's really a great day for walking in the park because on real hot days, with the effort that you put into climbing up the walkways, it can get quite warm, but if it's a little bit cooler, then you can walk a lot more. So it's a good day to walk around in here. Just looking at this barrier here they made out of rocks. And a good job, I'd say. Very good job. Yes, I've never explored the whole thing in here before, but we may just do that today. Another one of those walls made out of stone. Of course, the top of it is cement, but the rest of it's stone. This Dillman Park, as you recall, we just came out of the ferry terminal area onto Alderney, and it brought us right up here to this park. So if you walk from the ferry terminal, come out of the front of the ferry terminal, turn left, you'll come right to it. Just before you go up over the hill towards Wise Road, you'll come to this park. I gotta show you something in here. I was in here once, somewhere through the course of the winter. And there's a street in here I discovered that's no longer in use. It's pretty much covered over with dirt and stuff and bushes. But if you look real close, you can see the pavement where the street used to go down through there. So I'm gonna go over and we'll have a look at that. I was fascinated when I saw that. I just, really, there used to be a street here and then it's closed off for some reason and rerouted. You can no longer drive on that street, but we're gonna walk on it, show you where it was. So I presume, let's see what this sign says. Secondary used by law 101 cases for residential development in townhouses and multi-use dwellings, also a greater density and building height than enabled under current policy. Okay, so this piece of land is open to anyone who wants to put a tall building here or any kind of a larger building like an apartment building. All right where these mailboxes are, on the other side of them is the street. It probably part of the street right there would have come down before they stopped it with that barrier. It went right through. So we're gonna walk around here and have a look at the street that used to be here. Look at this. You can barely recognize it, but you can see it. See it? The pavement that used to be is still here, but the plants and bushes grew right up to it. But it definitely was a street. And I'll just turn around from down here. And it's lined right up with that other street out there. You can tell it was, at one time it came right down through here. See? It was a continuing from that street. And they made the turn up through there and stopped the street. Now, let's just walk down it and see what happens. See where it goes. And I know we're out of the park, but we're close. We'll get back in there. I knew you'd be interested in seeing this street. So anybody wants to come and see it, right where the Dillman Park is, the park from Alderney that you can cut up through when you're going to Wise Road. Like you're going to Wise Road Plaza, you can cut right up through that park there, okay? And this street is in if you're walking up from downtown, it's just before the park. And there's a walkway right there. You can take that walkway up and find this road. I found that very interesting. This used to be street. And they blocked it off down here to make sure nobody, well, I suppose when they first did it, somebody might come flying down through here and wind up in a big mess. And it went also up through here, I guess. Let's go have a look. We're exploring today. Things that I never explored. I did see the street once, but not to really walk it and look it over good. So you can see the city in the background right over there. It's we're not really out of the way. We're not way out in the woods or anything. We're just still in the city. And this was the street. Went all the way up through here, and they no longer use these streets anymore. They're just trails now. You can walk through them, but that's it. Well, that's very interesting, to say the least. I found it interesting to see streets that used to be here, we used to use, and no longer in use. A whole block, because there's the rest of it right there. And we'll go back up that way. So you had a street down, a street across. That's the rest of this street right there. That street we just walked on right there. Once you get over that fence, it's a street again. They just cut this block out. This big area is for sale. They're trying to, or for lease, whatever it is. They're trying to get people to build apartment buildings in here. And so they blocked this piece of land off and zoned it for residential use. So anybody looking for land in Dartmouth to build some high-rise apartment buildings right here. Perfect spot. 2 streets got taken off to make room for it. And there's lots of land right here. And that way you have the park on one side. You have the park over there, it'll be on one side. And then you got the city down there. And it could be a really beautiful spot to live in. And it's empty, clear up to the trees there. That's a big area. You could put probably a couple of condo towers in there. And parking and all that stuff. I don't see much opportunity for businesses in here because this is all residential, and don't think a business would do that good in here. Anyway, now you know where these used to be streets are. If the right person comes along to develop this, those streets won't be visible anymore. So come and take a look at them. Well, if you live around here and don't know about it, come and take a look at them and see part of history. And I don't know what these things were. Not sure. Well, we're going to go back into the park now and walk around some more. I got to get the first name of this Dillman Park and Dartmouth Common. The first name, Leighton. Leighton Dillman. Gate to remain open for winter. That's good. So it is called the Leighton Dillman Park, Dartmouth Common. There you go. And a standard with all city parks. They're open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And all the parks got the same rules. If you walk in, there is no off-leash area. You must keep your dogs on leashes and all the rules. It goes with the park. Some are bicycle permitted, some aren't. This one is. You can ride your bike in here. Well, that's interesting, to say the least. Where do you want to go now? Up the hill? We could. Or we could go this way and then up the hill. Yeah, why not? Let's go this way. See some leaves left over from last fall, still on the ground. Been here all winter and still here. Love these walls, these retaining walls for the ground. Just made them out of stone. And they're beautiful. Just piled up stones here and got the right tip on it to hold the land back so it don't fall. Wonderful. Why spend money making a cement wall when you can use rocks, right? I think by the time we get done making this video, I'm going to have plenty of time in. Let's see. I'm past an hour. I'm 1 hour and 8 minutes. Or so it looks like. Hard to believe an hour went by. But it looks that way. If I make these videos too long, my son don't like helping me because they're so long. He likes them about 45 minutes. Every once in a while I do one at 30 minutes and he's really happy. But he'll help me with it even though it is long. But yeah, and I gotta say I really appreciate his help because I'm not very computer savvy. I can run this equipment, but he's not your average computer person. He's taken a lot of courses and things, and he knows a lot about them. He knows how to fix them. He knows how to do all kinds of stuff. He has recording stuff on there for music and all kinds of effects and things. And so he's a big help to me for making these videos. I'm going to sit right here to sign off, I guess, from the Leighton Dillman Park. This tree, you want to know about it? Ivory silk lilac tree and park bench in loving memory of our parents, Joan and Chuck Eastman. So the tree and the bench were donated by Joan and Chuck Eastman in memory of their parents. Now, what a great memory that is, eh? Your parents passed away and they got a bench in the park and a tree. That's absolutely wonderful. Well, here we are, sitting up in Leighton Dillman Park on a bench, looking out over the harbor. What could be more beautiful on a spring day than this, right? So, if you like watching this video, you can push that like button, that'd be great. And if you're not yet a subscriber, you can become a subscriber just by pushing that little subscribe button there. You don't take hardly any energy. Just reach out there and push. There you go. Just like that. And I'd have another subscriber. And I love making these videos, but there is a reward in it if I get enough subscribers. Like I do all this stuff just because I love doing it. But if you get 1,000 subscribers, they start putting ads on there, and you get a little bit of revenue. You don't get rich. You make a little bit of money. I might make enough off of it so I wouldn't have to spend my own money when I go out making videos, like to buy food or coffee and stuff. So I might make enough for that. But that'd be something, right? I really don't know how much money you can make through YouTube from making videos. But if I was in it for the money, I would make it on something else. Like, I have good ideas, other things I could do, probably that would be less work and make more money with it. But I enjoy this, walking around here and meeting people and making friends and getting my exercise. Most of all, I get my walk. I'll be 71 in July, and a lot of days I walk 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers. And so that's one reason I like coming out here and making videos. There's no pressure on me to hurry. I can take my time. I walk fast sometimes, sometimes I walk slow. Depends. So anyways, I just give you a little rundown on how that all works. So right now, the last time I looked, I think I was at 735 subscribers, somewhere in that ballpark. It could be more or less, somewhere in that ballpark. So I'm looking at another 270 subscribers, and then YouTube will pay me a bit of revenue for each time they play an ad on one of my videos. How much it will amount to, I don't know. Probably not a lot. I'm not expecting to go out and buy a new Cadillac or anything like that. It's a little help for your efforts, right? So anybody who does a lot of walking or running can tell you a pair of shoes don't last you long doing this. You wear them out fast. I got a great pair of sneakers on now. You want to see them? They got cushions inside the soles, and underneath the soles, they're soft. Between the final sole and the shoe, there's a soft layer, a squishy, but inside where you put your foot, there's squishy layers. So when I'm walking, it's like that commercial where the guy put on these pair of sneakers and he feels like he's walking on sponge. It's like that. I hope you enjoyed the Leighton Dillman Park, because it is a wonderful place, full of hills, great walking. And it's not as beautiful right now as it will be, because we haven't got much on the trees yet for leaves. Their leaves are starting to pop out on a lot of the younger trees. The older trees are a little slower. But look, there is some buds there, and the leaves are out on the younger ones. It's just the old ones. They're not as quick to get the leaves out there, but they'll get there. Now it's all downhill. I'm coasting downhill now. So I kept going. I was about to sign off, but I decided to walk down the rest of the way before I sign off. So we'll attempt that again. I didn't follow through with my own plan, I was going to sign off back there, but I decided to hang in here till I get down to the gate. You don't want to miss these stairs now, do you? You want to walk these stairs, and these are not the same stairs. Maybe they are. I don't know, maybe. Could be. I don't think so, no, because we went that way. We went over there. So these are different stairs. We'll walk down these stairs and we'll stop at the gate down there and we'll sign off. Maybe with the sign in the background. That'd be a good idea. With the Leighton Dillman sign. I said it enough times, I should remember it now, shouldn't I? Leighton Dillman. Right across from the city, on the harbor. And before you go up the hill to Wise Road, right here. This is where the park is. Don't you enjoy exploring things that you don't know about? Yeah, we found a street buried underneath the. I showed it once before a little bit, but not like we did today. We actually walked down it and right around the block. There was 2 streets and a side street. And I don't even know the name of them now because the signs aren't there anymore because they're not streets anymore. So, but there's a memory of years gone by when those were streets. We'll sign off down here where you can see a sign about Leighton Dillman Park. This one is just called Dartmouth Commons. So we got to get outside the gate and we'll see the Leighton Dillman sign. And then there we go. We'll sign off right here looking at that. Okay? 4 Windmill Road, that's the address of Leighton Dillman Park. 4 Windmill Road. So let's see if we can get the sign in. Right there, how's that? That good? Leighton Dillman Park, 4 Windmill Road. Main entrance, the Dartmouth Common. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, push that like button. And as I started to say, but I got sidetracked, push that subscribe button too because that will help a lot. Okay? And until the next video comes out, I promise I'll try to make you a nice long one again. So until then, take care, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.